What if quantum physics itself could protect your secrets?
I'm talking about a secret key shared between you and me that allows us to encrypt our messages securely. If you don't know the secret key, you don't know the messages.
First, I'll take one particle from an entangled pair and give it to you. Then, we'll each measure our qubit and record the result. Now you'll do the same thing on your qubit. Note that for the purposes of this video, we can see that measuring mine has broken us out of quantum entanglement. But in real life, you can only ever see measurement results. So you wouldn't even know that this was not entangled anymore. You still have to give it a nice measurement to read the results. And the result is 1. Now we'll do the same process a couple more times.
Cool, now we have a shared key between us, but it's not secure. If Eve, the eavesdropper, intercepts the qubit before it reaches you, she'll know the code, and we won't be any the wiser. So we need to be smarter. Up until now, you and I have both been measuring in the up and down direction only, the z-axis. Instead, we can independently, randomly decide to turn our qubits 90 degrees before we measure them. If you and I both randomly decided to turn our qubits and measure them, we'd get the same results. But if only one of us decided to turn our qubits, then there'd only be a 50-50 chance we'd get the same result. Now I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to broadcast whether or not I turned for each one of them. I'm going to tell the whole world, I don't care who listens. I'm going to say, yes, I turned the first one. Yes, I turned the second one. No, I didn't turn the third one, etc. Now you're going to broadcast all the times you turned and all the times you didn't turn. And we're going to collectively ignore the ones where we didn't turn the same way. And if Eve isn't eavesdropping, as expected, we'll match every single time. But what happens if Eve is back in the picture? Because you and I are both turning randomly and we only broadcast our turns after everything is done, Eve has no way of knowing what way she should turn. So her best case scenario is just to turn randomly. That means at least some of the time, I'll turn one way, Eve will turn another way, and then you'll turn the same way as me. And sometimes our results will differ. So out of all the trials where you and I match the way we turn, half the time Eve is not going to match with us. And out of those trials, half the time your result will not match with my result. Let's say you and I had 1,000 trials where we match the way we turn. You and I could then both broadcast the results for our first 500 trials. And if our results matched for each of those 500 trials, then we could use the leftover 500 trials as our secret key. No one else in the universe would know about those. But if a suspicious 25% error rate occurs, we know Eve is in the middle eavesdropping.